are feeling very burdened by your existing situations, and if you're feeling burdened by where you are at the moment, and this is because um, this could be because of those around you. Actually, many times what happens is that we are very deeply intertwined with people around us, and we see them as the only go to place. And for a long time, my family had enmeshed me into them, and all I could see was them. And I would prioritize them to the utmost level. I would drop my ideas of going out with friends, or, I would just prioritize my family like it was everything. I mean, for me, it was. But slowly I realized the facts about my own family. I realized that sometimes they were never there for me. In fact, I realized that being from an Indian family, they only care too much about society. And I don't blame them at the moment, but I'm saying that people who you think you are relying on may sometimes actually never be there for you. And when I realized this, or the way I realized this was very harsh, and it was almost like an illusion shattered about my relationships. And from then on, I realized that I must build a better social circle. And it wasn't that I didn't actually think that I must build a better social circle, but I actually started feeling this very deeply, the fact that my family kept telling me to stop feeling so much, or to stop being so sensitive, don't be the way I am, but be somebody else. And everything got me to a breaking point. And when I had the breaking point, I left everything I had and I just dove headfirst into a yoga teacher training, because I always thought, hey, that's something I love to do and that's something I would love to explore. So I allowed myself to do that. I went to a yoga teacher training in India. And when I did the yoga teacher training, I came across yoga philosophy and Vedanta philosophy, which is the Indian philosophy for life. And it was very useful. I could see clearly what I was doing wrong and where I could have managed my relationships better, where I could have managed my boundaries better, and what I could have done better. Like, I was very straightforward when it came to speaking my truth. I would just blurt it out in situations which were not appropriate. Like, there would be a group, and I would have been upset about something, and I would just bring it up in this very weird situation where everyone would get uncomfortable, because I would just speak the truth and in a very harsh manner to others. And the one thing I learned was this statement called Satyam Priyam Hitam. So you have to speak the truth, but you have to speak it carefully and softly. And Hitam is you have to reason why you're saying and what you're trying to get from it. Because see, what happens is that when you speak the truth, or when you just blurt out the truth that you feel deeply in your body and your mind and in your emotions, what happens is the other person is not at the level of absorbing it. They're just in the level of pushing you away or defending it. So this is not serving the purpose. So this is where Hitam comes into picture. Hitam is like you're saying, okay, what do I want to gain from this by saying this truth? How do I want to say it? So that's what matters. Well, I keep losing track of what I was saying before, so let me check. Ooh. So anyway, I kind of diverted there. So what happens is that when we rely on the same group, we are constantly in the same bubble. We get enmeshed into their patterns. So I was deeply enmeshed into their patterns. And what happened was, it took me all this like heavy work or deep work to understand that there's nothing wrong with me as such. So it's just psychologically, there were certain things that were happening. I was not able to heal, and so anything they said or did was hurting me, because they kept telling me to be different from who I am, right? That hurts. So what I did was, I followed my own path. I chalked out my own path. I decided that from the Vedanta course, which had many references to clay and pots and pans, I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. So why not do some pottery? So I got into pottery, And when I was doing the pottery course, that's when I really met people who had the capacity to be a good teacher. The pottery trainer was so amazing. He gave me the space and the time and everything to not judge myself. He was the first person, maybe in my life, after freaking 38 years, who said to me that I'm not doing something wrong, it could be the technique. So imagine my relief. So when I saw that, I realized that there are better people out there. When you are stuck in relationships which just extract from you, you have to get out of them. Somehow, you have to get out of them. I know it's not easy. Many people are stuck in relationships which they know that is not good, and now it's too late. They feel like, oh, we've built all these things, so it's a sunk cost fallacy which comes into picture, and then they don't want to break anything because breaking and rebuilding requires a lot of effort and time and money. So, well, if somebody can do it, it's great, because that's when I met people who are more healthy, who can hold me better, who can actually understand that I can be a sensitive person and I can be who I am, and I don't have to be shamed for it. And so this is why I think that it's an amazing thing to actually get out there and make more friends and allow yourself to be part of circles which are less judgmental and who assume less and who allow you to be your fullest self. I mean, I've done crazy shit, and so when I've done crazy things, these are my soul tribe. These are people who don't judge me. These are people who just tell me, you know what, maybe you can do something else. Maybe you should do it this way. Maybe you should do it that way. But they never say, hey, why are you like this? This is my point. So, whoever you are not wrong. If somebody is blaming you, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's just because they are not able to digest something you have said, or they are not able to digest your personality, because your personality is maybe bigger. Your personality is not a small personality who just fits anywhere. So be your big self and go find your soul tribe.